Yeah, but like I said, I mean, they want cards with only the RFID chip. Like, they didn't want to, like, I had a signature on the back of my card. It was authentic.
Well, sir, it's all part of this system. They want the cashless society, and so they can track you, understand and control how to better rape societies, track human activity, destroy underground economies that can keep us alive, shut down our societies, and also tax us and control us at every level. I appreciate your call. I know it's terrible, Jared. Sanchez in California, welcome.
Hey, Alex. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to go ahead and express how I'm just angry. I'm pissed off at what's going on with the media, how it's just not reporting on Ron Paul reporting on anything. They're all paid and bought for. And,
well, as you know, Sanchez, they've put out 2 scientific studies as if we need a study. We've done the math here. He gets 4 minutes to speak. The next person gets 8, and then 9, 10, 12, 14, 15 minutes. He gets the least amount of time to speak. He gets the least amount of attention. The attention he does get is negative by both parties and all the media. Why? Because he's real. All the rest aren't. And that's why they're doing this. And it's another illustration of a guy who knew our problems, knew history, accurately predicted it. Now it's all coming down, and the system is scared to let people know about him.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happening. And you know what? It makes me think, well, why don't we do something? Why don't we make the media report on this? I mean, they're giving us trash all day long. Why don't we fight back? And so I have an idea.
You know what? I have an idea, and then I want to hear yours. We should pick a date, say 2 weeks from now. Let's say 2 Thursdays from now. Guys, we pull up the date 2 Thursdays from now. Whatever that is, that'll be November, or shoot, let's make it next Thursday, or next Tuesday, whatever. We should pick a date, pull up a calendar. We should pick up a date. In fact, let's not wait too long. Let's pick up a date, or maybe we should give it longer. I mean, I'm kind of brainstorming here. Maybe it should be early December, where everybody goes and protest the biggest media outlet within 20 miles of them, and bullhorns them and speaks out and hands out Ron Paul blackout flyers pointing out he's being blacked out in the media. What's your idea?
I like that. That's good. That's good. My idea is I'm not really that good at explaining. I'm not as eloquent as you are.
No, I'm not eloquent. I'm a hillbilly. Tell me.
Okay, so I watched this documentary. It's not like a conspiracy one, but it was really good. And if you haven't seen it, Alex, I recommend that you watch it. You can watch it on Netflix. It's really it's entertaining. It's really cool. It's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. And what it's about this street artist named Banksy. And he's probably the most famous street artist in the world because nobody knows who he is. He's kind of like the Robin Hood of this underground world of street art. And this documentary kind of covers a little bit of that. And it's just real interesting the way that it's made. But it has like a twist in the middle of it where it shows you how easy the masses of people can be manipulated or, in a sense, brainwashed to buy anything. They'll just buy whatever. There's even a guy in this documentary who calls himself, he becomes a street artist himself, and his name is Mr. Brainwash. And this is exactly what he does. He goes out and he brainwashes everybody using like propaganda and using hype to think that his art is great when it's really, in my opinion, it wasn't that great. But it's just a really interesting film. The reason why I bring this movie up is because there's another very famous street artist in this documentary, and he said something that was really, I think, is key. I think it's very important. I think we should all hear it. And this guy who said this was, his name is Shepard Fairey. And Shepard Fairey is the guy who created the Andre the Giant.
Yeah, he created the Obey stuff, the Obama iconic image, sure.
Yeah, the Obama thing. And anyway, he was in this documentary, and he...
the power of tagging things, I'm not going to get into it. The point is, yes, this show could launch a national tagging program that would really hurt the globalist.
I'm not necessarily saying that, Alex, but what I'm saying...
Well, no, but I've never done that. I told people hang the Obama poster in legal and lawful areas, and still they festooned them all over, stuff that was kind of uncivil, but then they were selectively enforced against, and then that made it even bigger news. So briefly, because I want to hear this, what is your idea then? People could paint their own barns, their own cars. I've seen people doing Ron Paul or Infowars.com cars. People could, I mean, what are your ideas to really grab people?
I'm trying to explain it the best I can. This guy, he said, in regards to talking about this obey thing, this is what he's really known for. He was talking about it, and he said that when he was doing it, he just started it out as an inside joke between him and his buddies. And he was just doing it for fun, going out at night. And, yeah, he was putting this stuff illegally up on, like, walls, stickers, and stencils and stuff like this, and on billboards. Of course, he's doing it illegally, but just if you flash forward years later, like, this guy's made an industry of it. Now Obey is like a clothing line. People all over the world are wearing Obey T-shirts. I have a bunch of them. And one thing he said is...
Yeah, I know. And he claimed he was a guy that was anti-commercialism. And so you're talking about creating some type of Ron Paul movement like that. Certainly Ron Paul movement is 100 times bigger than Shepard Fairey. He's more of a leftist. But I do understand taking kind of that model and doing that. That's what we did with the Obama poster. I want to show people right here, and I appreciate your call. Was that the basic idea, Sanchez?
Yeah, that was the basic idea. I was thinking, since he did something like that, if we all had just at least one image that we could all at the same time, because that's just one guy that did that. And imagine if just half of your listeners, or even like a quarter of your listeners, were to do that. Then I mean,
yeah, we could have an image of Obama as a ghoul and put under him murder prize winner or murderer. And then when people say, why are you calling him a murderer? We say, well, he's the Peace Prize winner. He's for torture and all these wars. And you know what? I think you're right. I think we'll come up.
Or Ron Paul. Alex, what about Ron Paul? What do we do? An image of Ron Paul, some kind of universal one that you guys can make the art for. And then it could say, not a puppet, or it could say our last chance. And just everybody, all the info warriors at the same time, puts it out everywhere, because there's so many people that don't even know who this guy is, Ron Paul.
No, I agree. That's a good idea. Not a puppet. They fear him. You know what? I will launch next week. I'll get my graphics folks to put it together. We'll launch an iconic image of Ron Paul, his face, with a simple slogan on it. It's a genius idea. God bless you. By the way, speaking of getting the word out, $5.95 for a 25-pack of my bumper stickers at cost. The Infowars.com sticker. The In the Fed, Arrest the Bankers, Infowars.com sticker. The Fluoride, There's Poison in the Tap Water sticker. This has made the news around, that one. 9/11 was an inside job. Right there. Right there. These stickers, 25 of them for $5.95. That is at our cost. Infowars.com. We buy these 20,000 at a pop. Okay, Sanchez made some great points. I want to get to Matt, Lance, Julio, Tina, Zach. I can't tell who was holding when the last hour ended and who's new here. I got George Noory coming up here in a few minutes, but I will continue with your calls. I'm going to go ahead and go to a couple more short little pieces. Whatever ones we haven't played, Jaron, be my guest. We're going to play the Facebook one, and we can also play the Denver Airport and the Hop Dotties one about the fluoride stuff if you want. So, yeah, play whatever you want while we're getting George Noory on the line. And then we'll talk to George for 30 minutes, then we'll go back to your calls, and then David Icke's coming up and a bunch more. We're broadcasting, if you just tuned in and we're watching, for 27 hours straight. And we are now into almost the end of hour number 5. And I'm going to go until a little bit past 5 o'clock. And then my first real break, Mike Adams is going to be in there for a couple hours. And then he's got a bunch of guests lined up and information and your calls and news, a bunch of breaking stuff about evil raw milk criminals that need to be arrested for drinking it now. So that's coming up. And we'll get into all the other people. Alfred Adask, Texe Mars, Mr. Corbett of the Corbett Report, Springmeier's coming on, Aaron Dykes, Paul Watson, Richard Reeves, Gerald Celente, Jim Mars, Chapman. It's all coming up. And we will continue here. Why are we doing this? Well, it's fun to do a 24-hour plus broadcast sometimes, but it's also fun and informative to have a money bomb. The idea of people that are against the globalists giving money to an organization, to a media outlet to build a bigger structure, more equipment, more crew, to up the level. Look at how we've grown in 4 years. Who can deny it? We're routinely linked on Drudge Report. They have all these national TV hit pieces on it. InfoWars and Prison Planet have more than tripled their audiences. The films are viral. Everything we do is just bam, 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 breaking through. And it's all because of you supporting us and spreading the word and my hard work and the crew's hard work and dedication. So InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. I know it's well over $100,000, but I'll tell you, we usually launch these a month before, get the website up. We did this 15 days before. I didn't promote it like I normally do. The economy is in a tailspin. We've normally raised $100,000 by the time that we even kick the money bomb off in the month before. I like to get started. We've now raised, to that point, we need to get to the 500,000, or at least a respectable 400 and something. We've supported Ron Paul. We've supported all these other groups. Ron Paul said 4 years ago that half his initial money when he first ran for president came from audience of this show telling him so, and that was the numbers and things they had from their feedback, asking folks how they found the Paul campaign, why they donated. This is such an important platform, not just for myself and the callers, but for the guest. And that's why it's so important. So donate today at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com, or buy books, videos, bumper stickers to support us. A lot of these deals now, actually, we don't make any money, so but it does get the website out and educate people, and that's what I really care about at the end of the day. So InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. We also have the eBay area. When Mike Adams fills in for a couple hours, I'm going to go back there and paint and do some work and do some original stuff for the eBay deal, some paintings and some pen and inks for folks that donate as well. Those will be auctioned off at eBay. We got the bullhorn being auctioned up there and the sledgehammer and a lot more. It's all at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. The free video streams, the audio streams, all of it, the donation buttons, InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com, or if that site gets sluggish as it does sometimes, simply go to Infowars.com. You can find it all duplicated right there. We'll be back after a couple more clips of the nightly news made possible by your support. Here it is.
Recently, as a reporter for InfoWars, I tried to log back into Facebook and it wouldn't let me. It wanted me to identify myself not with my passcode, but by showing me obscure pictures of my friends and family. I had the feeling that it had something to do with testing their face recognition technology. And then I saw this article in the Wall Street Journal. We know governments are quietly using face scanning cameras on street corners and in airports, and they have license plate scanners. But how are they going to get the public to openly accept a surveillance society? Well, Facebook recently teamed up with CBS to promote their new fall drama, Person of Interest, to condition people to opt in to their face recognition program. They know who these people are and what their names are, and they want you to confirm it for them. Sure, this security measure confirms who I am, but it also confirms for them who my friends and family are. So I went out to the street to find out what people had to say about all this. I tried to log on from a different computer that I never used before, and Facebook prompted me to say, look, we want you to go through a series of face recognition.
The questions and showing you the pictures of your friends and stuff.
And they want you to identify all those pictures of your friends.
I guess it's just a privacy and more of a protective measure, because I know people's accounts get hacked a lot. So maybe they're trying to actually help us out by giving us a little quiz.
I think I know what you're talking about, where they show you pictures and it's like, oh, is this person? And you're supposed to confirm it. I think that's really weird. I know it's used as a tool just to make it easier to tag people, but I've never heard of it being used to get you to get back into your page.
You feel comfortable with the fact that Facebook is data mining all your personal and private information, including, your friends and family's activities?
I mean, I can't say that that's comfortable, but I think anything that you put up on the internet is up for public scrutiny.
I'm not comfortable with that at all. Although I know they're doing it, and I wonder exactly what they're doing with all the information.
The government agencies realize that it's a good way to, pick up on things that they don't like, or especially illicit activities.
You should, keep your settings on private, and you should be careful with what you post on there.
It's easier to monitor people on Facebook than it is to tap people's phones, I think, to a certain degree.
Anything you put up on the public sphere, I think, is essentially public information.
Just with the internet in general, we are getting more used to our business being out there, and just getting used to, I guess, our privacy diminishing a little bit.
I'm just not going to be very informative on Facebook anymore. No, untag myself from every post that I've ever been in.
Some people are concerned that Facebook, it might be used to acclimate the public into accepting a surveillance society.
Absolutely. I